Vikings fans, enjoy that shutout while it lasts, because the next test coming to town is on a completely different level. What Minnesota is about to face is speed, physicality, swagger, and two weapons that can flip a game in seconds if you blink. This is not a matchup where one mistake gets forgiven. Every snap, every coverage, every hesitation will be tested by elite talent that loves the spotlight. The confidence from last week is real, but this week is about proving it wasn't a fluke. The defense is under the microscope and the pressure is sky high. Lock in right now, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get ready for a battle that defines toughness. Brian Flores is the name I'm starting with today, because when the Minnesota Vikings walk into a matchup against the Dallas Cowboys after pitching a shutout, all eyes should be on the man dialing up the defensive chaos. I respect what Flores said about C.D. Lamb and George Pickens, because that wasn't coach speak. That was truth. That was a defensive mind acknowledging reality. These two receivers are as dangerous a tandem as you'll find in this league, and if the Vikings think last week's 31-0 dominance automatically carries over, they're setting themselves up for a very rude awakening. Let's be clear about something right now. Shutting out the Washington Commanders was impressive, but it does not give you a free pass against Dallas. C.D. Lamb and George Pickens are not walking through that tunnel looking to be contained. They're looking to make statements. Pickens has nearly 1,200 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns this season, and I don't care that he had a quiet game against Detroit. Quiet games are usually followed by loud ones, especially from players wired the way Pickens is wired. Brian Flores knows that better than anyone, because he watched this man every day in Pittsburgh, making circus catches like it was a casual hobby. And when Flores calls this duo one of the best, if not the best, receiver tandems in the league, I believe him, not because it sounds good on a microphone, but because it's grounded in experience. Pickens is physical, emotional, explosive, and unpredictable. Lamb is surgical, smooth, and lethal when he gets into rhythm. One beats you with power, the other with precision. Together, they stretch your defense horizontally and vertically, forcing you to choose how you want to die. That's the challenge Minnesota is staring down, and there's no schematic magic trick that makes it disappear. Now let's talk about the bounce-back factor, because this is where Vikings fans should start paying attention. George Pickens is coming off his worst statistical game of the season. 5 catches, 37 yards, frustration written all over his body language. And what did his coach say? He admitted he didn't play his best. That matters to me. That tells me Pickens is self-aware, and self-aware competitors are dangerous. Jerry Jones didn't mince words either. He made it clear he has zero concerns about Pickens' effort, intensity, or love for the game. When an owner talks like that, it usually means the guy in question is about to remind everyone who he is. So here's where Brian Flores earns his paycheck. Do you play aggressive and risk getting burned deep by Lamb? Do you bracket Pickens and leave someone else exposed? Do you blitz Dak Prescott and trust your corners in man coverage? Every option comes with consequences, and Flores understands that better than most coordinators in this league. His defenses don't survive by playing scared. They survive by attacking, disguising, and forcing quarterbacks to hesitate. Against lesser offenses, that works beautifully. Against Dallas, hesitation can get you torched in seconds. And let me say this plainly, the Vikings' secondary will define this game, not the offense, not the momentum from last week, not the feel-good narratives. If Minnesota can disrupt timing, reroute these receivers, and keep everything in front of them, they have a chance. If they let Lamb get comfortable early or allow Pickens to bully his way into contested catches, this turns into a long afternoon very quickly. Shutouts don't travel well when elite receivers are involved. So I'll leave you with this, Vikings fan. Do you trust Brian Flores to cook up something special against the best receiver tandem he's faced all season? Or are you bracing yourself for reality to hit hard against Dallas? Drop your thoughts, argue it out, and let your voice be heard. And if you want more passionate, unapologetic Vikings breakdowns, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and stay locked in with this community, because the real tests are just beginning.